What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I am back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still supporting.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video. Now, before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, I am talking my weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 116 to the best of my knowledge, and if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Now, y'all already know I started the series off at the beginning of 2023, and here we are, it's already 2025. Now, if I didn't say it in the beginning, definitely smash that like button, sub to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already. And of course, sign up for that sold out Discord, right? Okay, the link should be pinned up in the top of the comment section where, of course, I continue to sneaker talk, but if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, that's where you shall find it, right? Okay, but other than that, man, let's stop rambling and just go dive right into this week's sneaker rotation. Now, y'all know I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday. So this Saturday, the kid had to go visit the chop shop, and probably at the time that I'm dropping this video, probably overdue to go again, right? Okay, so pretty much the kid stepped out, and none other than the Nike Foamposite Coppers, right? Okay, now y'all know this is one of my recent pickups. I think I picked these up in December of 2024, and I gotta be honest, I don't regret it at all. This is a timeless classic sneaker, something that, to be honest, I used to actually sleep on Foamposites until I finally really gave them like a second look. And then, to be honest, man, I don't regret it. And as y'all know, I've been getting my foam collection up each and every year as we get new releases and as we get, you know, re-releases as well, right? Okay, so these joints right here, man, I felt right. And to be honest, I like what they've done, whatever the little tweaks and changes they have made to make these joints a little bit more comfortable than the previous pairs from like the older times. Yeah, man, these joints are ready to go. So I would say go true to size. Now, back in the day, I would have told you go a half size up, but true to size on these right here. But this was my Saturday shoe, was a Nike Foamposite Copper. Cool, now we're gonna move right along to Sunday. You know, again, Sunday is kind of that day where I pretty much prep to go back to work. Y'all know I work a full-time job, right? Okay, so pretty much Sunday is like me getting ready and prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that, right? But I lounge around the house and none other than the Yeezy Slide Pures. Now, this is my Sunday shoe. Now, I will say that, yes, my pair is dirty, but I did pay resale, and yeah, I'm gonna get every dime I can get out of these guys right here. They're still holding up and they're not completely falling apart, and even if I clean them, they'll be like one wear, they're gonna get right back dirty. Now, the newer models, I noticed that they don't tend to do that, but the original model like these right here, yeah, man, whatever it is, it sticks to them like glue, no pun intended. But this was my Sunday shoe, Yeezy Slides Pure. I like to just be comfortable, man. You know, Sunday's kind of like that day you're supposed to reset. At least that's what I like to do. But this is my Sunday shoe, Yeezy Slide Pure. Cool. Now we're gonna move right along to Monday, right back at the work. Like I just told you guys, full-time job, man, and bringing out a shoe that we're probably anticipating sometime this year, and I want to say in April, and this is the Air Jordan 4 White Cement, right? Okay, now as you can see, my pair, they're in good condition. Even the guys at work that saw these right here, they say that they're in good condition, but to be honest, you can tell they've aged. They pretty much are creasing left and right because I actually wear my sneakers. But to be honest, they still look good on feet for the most part. But these could easily be turned into some beaters if we get a new pair. And y'all know what I tend to do when I get a new fresh pair. I usually let my old pair go, man. Because at this point, as long as I've been collecting and been into sneakers, I don't see the point of doubling up. And to be honest, even if you do want to turn these into beaters, it gets to the point, and you'll get to this point too if you're not already there. As your collection grows, you'll realize like it's cool to have like one or two beaters, but at the same time, it will become overwhelming, and at least that's what I felt anyway. But this was my Monday shoe, White Cement Air Jordan 4 is one of my favorites in my collection, and I'm excited to see these come back out again in 2025. But yeah, man, Nike check on the back of these joints right here, super duper dope. But this was my Monday shoe, White Cement 4s. Cool, now we're gonna move right along to Tuesday. A shoe that I actually really like, but I don't really wear enough, but I don't regret having them, and I need to bring these out more. And it's not everybody's favorite silhouette, and I'm talking none other than the Air Jordan 6, and these are the maroons, right? Or no, burgundies, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's either maroon or burgundies. I always kind of get it mixed up. I want to say these are the maroon joints, right? Okay, because the burgundies, I'm thinking probably of the burgundy 5s, which I actually sold those, and then yeah. But yeah, these are the maroon 6s, right? Okay. When you have that many, yeah, sometimes it's kind of blur together. But then again, when I really think about it, in my eyes, and I don't know about yours, but the maroon and burgundy colorway look very similar to me, right? Okay, but yeah, 6s, I feel like that shoe where it's not a hate shoe, but it doesn't get the love I feel like it's truly deserved. Nike check on the back of the joint. I don't know if the camera's gonna do this any justice. And yeah, these joints are probably a little bit dirty, but I don't regret having these right here, man. And arguably, you know what? I like these because these are more versatile than what I realized, right? Okay, but yeah, this was my Tuesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 6 Maroons. Cool, now we're gonna move right on to Wednesday. I wanna switch it up, and to be honest, shoes I've been trying to get more and more into rotation, which I say arguably is one of my favorite silhouettes, as you're hearing right there, that I don't know why, but I take my time wearing them. But back in the day, that used to be like my grab and go shoe. And I'm talking none other than the Nike Air Force One. Now these are the On My Gear joints right here, and it's pretty much why you were sleeping themed shoe. Now I wore these for like special occasions, but I feel like, you know what? To be honest, you still need to have your shoes in rotation just to make sure that they're not gonna fall apart, which I know this shoe is probably a little bit too new to be falling apart, but at the same time, man, sometimes if I could, low key, I wear Air Force Ones like all day of the week, and I'm pretty sure I could probably do that with my rotation. But at the same time, I'm just trying to make sure I get a variety of a little bit each and everything. But this is that shoe that is nice comfort where I feel like you can dress it down and you can dress it up. I feel like you can't really go wrong with it. A lot of people didn't sleep on the shoe. A lot of people actually bought the shoe more than what I thought. But yeah, this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Nike Air Force One. On my gear while you were sleeping. Cool. Now I'm gonna move right on to Thursday. We were anticipating rain, so I always like to be like safe than sorry, because me, 9 times out of 10, knock on wood, I'm usually like missing it with my schedule, but you just never know. So I don't like to get certain shoes wet, and that means I stepped in none other than that patent leather, and we're talking the Nike, and these are the Air Jordan 11 Space Jams, right? Okay, yeah, right, okay, yeah. But these are the joints, 45 on the back, the ones that dropped in 2016. Arguably one of my favorite pairs in my collection, but I will agree with Manny with the kicks. We've said this time and time again. It's time to get a fresh pair of these, man, because these joints, like, to be honest, while they may look decent on camera, but I can honestly say, and this does this in all of the Air Jordan 11s, that toe crease on there, even after just one wear, it'll get there very quickly, right? Okay, I don't know if the camera's gonna do this any justice, but it kind of just does that. But I don't hate it either, and it's kind of one of those, when you stick your foot in there, if somebody notices that, they really got too much time on their hand, if you ask me. But still one of my favorite shoes in my collection, and I would like to have a fresh pair. These were a very tough cop for me, because I remember when I was trying to get these for retail, and I did have to go on the resale market, but I did buy them, I guess you can say, quote unquote, at the right time. But anyway, this was my Thursday shoe, and this is the Air Jordan 11 Space Jams, and these are one from 2016, 45 on the back. I would like to see another release of these, right? Okay. Anyway, want to move right along on to Friday as we get ready to close out the week. Y'all know I like to finish strong. Normally I go comfortability, and y'all probably would be anticipating some Yeezys at this point, but you know what? I like to switch it up as well. So pretty much on Friday, I stepped in one of my shoes that I love, is one of my favorite, and this is the Air Jordan 8, and these are the Champagnes. Now they did a pack with these right here. Now there's a black pair that goes with these, and I believe those are called the quote unquote confettis, but it is champagne and confetti, right? Okay, but this is where, like, 8s, to be honest, I am very picky when it comes to my 8s, but at the same time, these right here, y'all know me at this point, I'm a major sucker for the color gold, no matter how you slice it and dice it. So if it's done correctly, which I feel like this is just enough subtle chill where, you know what, I don't hate it. Now this has got the same problem as any other Jordan, toe crease problems, but at the same time, I think I've worn this shoe probably for a total of like maybe 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, 10 times. But yeah, man, these joints, and when of these drops, I want to say this was in 2016 as well. Yeah, 2016, and I remember wearing these to the barber, man, and ironically, it even has like my hair in there. That's the only thing I hate when you wear certain shoes to the barbershop. It's like, I don't know if the barber is doing it on purpose, and I'm not talking about my current barber, but I'm just talking barbers in general. And you know, the hair get all over the place, but at the same time, you gotta wear something. Do you want to be barefooted? Which I know some people wear the slides, this, that, and the third. But yeah, man, it is what it is. I don't plan on getting rid of these guys right here, but this was my Friday shoe. Was the Air Jordan 8, and these are the Champagnes. Alright, man, so pretty much that completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week. Y'all sign off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. I definitely have doing my very best to get caught up on the comment section, which I think I am for the most part. But I definitely do my very best to try to read those. But other than that, man, I'm going to go ahead and get out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.